Welcome back to Not Theoretical. I'm Lena.
And I'm KC.
In this episode, we're asking a pretty bold question. What if we could rebuild the internet from the ground up, with trust baked into the system itself?
Today's episode is about how blockchain tech, yes, that buzzword, might actually be quietly transforming the way we secure data, verify supply chains, and even vote.
We're diving into 3 real-world concepts that don't require a PhD in crypto or a $1 million mining rig to understand. If you've got a friend who always says, the internet is broken, or one who's always buzzing about the next big thing in tech, this is the episode to share.
Let's start with the foundation, decentralized ledger technology. It's basically this idea that shared truth beats centralized trust.
Right. Instead of one big company owning the database and saying, hey, trust us, imagine a system where everyone in the network holds an identical copy of the data. Nothing can be quietly changed, deleted, or manipulated.
Think of it like a community garden. Every gardener has a copy of the planting schedule. When someone adds a plant, everyone updates their schedule. If someone tried to sneak in a tomato plant at midnight, it wouldn't match everyone else's copy.
I love that, KC. In one example, a company was dealing with fake paperwork from a new supplier overseas. The solution? A shared ledger that tracked every part, time-stamped, geotagged, and digitally signed. If someone tried to fudge the records, it would be flagged instantly.
It's not just about data. It's about trust, without needing to trust a middleman. The system itself becomes the referee.
Next up, supply chains. This one hits home for anyone who's ever asked, where did my food come from?
Or anyone who's ever bought something that turned out to be fake. With blockchain, every product gets a kind of digital passport. Each time it changes hands, it gets a new stamp, a new entry in the ledger.
There's a great story of a small olive oil business being undercut by counterfeiters. So they added a scannable code to each bottle. Now customers can see exactly when the olives were harvested, who bottled it, and where it was pressed.
It turned a product into a story and made fraud almost impossible. Because if a bottle doesn't have that traceable history, it doesn't pass the test.
And transparency builds trust, especially when customers can see it with a simple scan.
Now let's go bold. Voting. Elections should be secure and accessible, but they're often anything but.
Enter blockchain-based voting. It treats each vote as a secure, anonymous transaction recorded on a distributed ledger. It's like dropping a folded suggestion card into a clear box. No one knows who wrote it, but everyone can count them and make sure none go missing.
You can imagine the story of a grandmother who couldn't get to her polling place due to arthritis. Her grandson helps her use a blockchain-based voting app. Not only does she vote securely from home, but she also gets a receipt that lets her verify her vote was counted.
That's the power of technology meeting humanity. The vote is sealed, secure, and verified, without compromising identity.
It makes you wonder why we're not already doing this everywhere.
So, what's the common thread here? Immutable records. When you can't secretly edit, delete, or forge information, you start building systems people can trust again.
Whether it's the journey of your olive oil or the power of your vote, blockchain offers something rare in the digital age. Proof you can believe in.
If one of these ideas sparked your curiosity, check out the companion article on the Not Theoretical Substack. You'll find more examples, do-it ideas, an infographic that maps it all out, and 3 powerful tools. A DLT explainer template for conversations. It's a one-pager you can use to explain decentralized ledgers to colleagues or friends. It includes analogies, like the garden, benefits, and FAQs. It supports the decentralized ledger concept. A supply chain trust audit worksheet. Use it to map a product's origin story, whether you're a consumer or entrepreneur. It includes prompts to assess traceability and identify where blockchain could help. It supports the supply chain transparency concept. and a blockchain voting readiness checklist. Use it as a guide to understanding and evaluating the security of your local voting system, with steps to advocate for transparency and access. It supports the blockchain voting systems concept.
Next week, we're asking a spicy question. What does it really mean to own something in the digital world?
We're breaking down 3 surprising truths about crypto. No middlemen, big surprises. You'll never look at digital assets the same way again.
That's our discussion for today. Thanks for tuning in to Not Theoretical.
Until next time, keep building better systems, not just better tech.